Hello, kaiju collectors. Just to give you a quick disclaimer, if you're really sensitive to flashing lights and loud sounds, I advise you please skip the first minute of this video as it might trigger a seizure. And as well, I would like to, of course, humbly invite you to join my group, Kaiju Collectors. We're up and coming group, always looking for new members every day. If you're looking for a great group of guys to talk kaiju with, then we're the place to be. But enjoy the video. All aboard! This guy's Real Train 1090 soaring into your station today with another review. Well, in this case, we're not really having a review today. Today, we're here to have a discussion. Discussion about what is the absolute best figure in the year 2020 as far as X Plus figures go. Now, if you haven't been X Plus Collectors Group, I'll go and explain. So, every year around this lovely time in the holiday season, everybody kind of tends to start wrapping it up as far as purchases, export stops, releasing new things and stuff like that. So, in this, I guess, calm before the storm next year, basically, we have a little vote for what we think is the X Plus figure of the year. Now, I'll make my case for quite a few, but it's obvious the figures I'm pulling for. But I'll get to that in just a second. So, now I know a real popular figure this year. I'll go from my least favorite to what I think should be the figure of the year as far as the best figures of 2020. Don't get me wrong, all these figures are beautiful, they're nice. X-Plus has done a really great job with releases this year. But to me, there's only 4 worthy of really the competition. But I do have some honorable mentions to toss in there. One of them is going to be the 25 centimeter Iris. I forgot when he came out. I think October, not too long ago actually. I think he just came out. I think he's supposed to come out. No, maybe even November. He may have been pushed back to November. The original release date was supposed to be October, and he got pushed back, I believe, to November. I know people are just now starting to get their Ricks and stuff. I think a couple weeks ago, people started getting their Ricks. So I ordered Iris myself. I got the standard because the price tag for the Rick was Let's not go there. And of course, it's a light up, which don't get me wrong, I've grown on light ups a tidbit, but I'm not spending that much more money just to get a light up. I'm sorry. I'm still not there. What? Oh my God. Let's spend $50, $60 on light up. Like, I'm sorry. Even though two of these figures, actually a lot of these figures are light ups, direct features. This year in competition. The second honorable mention I'll make is the favorite Sculptors Line 1965 camera, and I also ordered that figure as well. That figure's a week exclusive. I don't have it in hand, but same thing. I don't have it in hand yet, but I've seen pictures. I've seen reviews and videos of both figures. Both look like fantastic figures, and honestly, I can't wait to have both of them. But until then, that's all I can say. The honorable mentions right now. Whenever I get them, I'll do reviews on them and I guess get more detailed into them. But until then, we'll just hold off on it. Now, for me, the number 4 contestant, and Lord, I know I'm about to get a lot of heat from this from a lot of people, but to me, the number 4 contender of figure of the year is going to be the gigantic 1974 Mega Godzilla. Now, what I've been telling a lot of people in the group, hey, I don't hate the figure. It's a nice figure. It's nice. It's like a fantastic representation of the 1974 Mega Godzilla. But everybody's argument with me was, well, they have good points. The detail on the work on the figure does look really nice from what I've seen in pictures. The figures, it's a gigantic figure, so I mean that already gives a little leg up over the competition because people love gigantics. I love the way gigantic looks. I don't have any gigantics of my own, but gigantics are nice figures to have in your collection. But the detail work looks really nice. The figure's huge. The light up feature actually looks pretty decent. I think the light up feature is I think his eyes light up and maybe the chest where the laser beams come out of light up. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's it, but I mean, I could 100% absolutely be incorrect on that. But yes, I think it's a fantastic figure. But the way I look at it is, if I see the figure and I instantly can't say, "Oh, click pre-order" and pre-order it myself, I can't put it at the top of my figure of the year contention. I can't speak on it. I can't say, "Hey, this should go above everything else" if I don't have it. And it's not because I can't afford it. It's just when the pre-order came up for it, when I saw the stock photos of it, I think, and a big thing for me was the pose. The pose is pretty vanilla. I mean, I guess I shouldn't really nitpick that, but I mean, that's what kind of sealed it for me. That okay, we're gonna pass this figure because the pose is just pretty vanilla. Everything else looks great. Pose is vanilla to me, but like I said, if I can't pre-order it as soon as it drops, yeah, I'm not gonna get the figure. More often than not, there hasn't been times a pre-order popped up and I've gone back and got a figure. I think I only have 2 in my collection that I was able to that I had the option to pre-order it, passed it, and then went back and got it. And 74 Gigantic Megagodzilla isn't one of those figures that I regret not getting. Like I said, it looks amazing in pictures. The detail on it is great. But that figure doesn't speak to me. Now, the third contender I can make a case for is going to be the 25 centimeter 2019 Godzilla. Whew. That figure is beautiful. This I haven't had that in hand either. But the standard, the paint job on the standard is flawless. The paint job on the Rick is fantastic. It's not even funny how nice the paint up is on that one. That paint up is absolutely fantastic. From afar, I absolutely adore that figure a lot. I do. I honestly do. But on that figure, I can honestly say I almost bought it. I was really close to buying that one. But I mean, if you watch me, if you've talked to me, you know why I didn't get it. It's 25 centimeter figure. But that's my only gripe about it. I usually don't collect 25 centimeter Godzillas. It keeps me in a good even kill with my collecting. I'm not buying 1,000 extra figures. Like I don't have a 30 centimeter burning Godzilla and 25 centimeter burning Godzilla. It keeps me in a good lane, so I don't buy too much stuff. I just have what I have. Stay focused on and keep helps me keep focused on my collection. I have the biggest 25 centimeters, but mainly most of my collection is 30 centimeter. But that's not a knock against that figure in either. I know it is a bigger 25 centimeter. I think it's even as big as this guy, but I would have to have it in hand. But for that one, I guess I'm biased because I know I didn't get that one. I'm readily open to admit that. I'm a little biased to that figure. I do like it a lot. I don't love it, but I enjoy it. If I was out on a belt and it just happened to be in a comic book store one day, I'd probably scoop it up then, especially if it's in person. But that was also another figure I just couldn't make myself pre-order. So when it comes to that, the same logic applies. If I can't pre-order it, or if I don't want to pre-order it as soon as I see it, then I can't make a contender for figure of the year. Now, for the main event. As you see here, I have the 1993 30 centimeter Godzilla, the standard edition, and the 1984 Yuzi Sakai Godzilla. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit closer look so you can take a look at both of them a little bit closer. I know I did reviews on them both, so you can go back and look at the reviews, but if you just want just a short little quick look at it, then I can just provide that for you right here. But all right, give me a few moments and I'll show you some footage of both of these figures individually, and I'll be right back. Okay, so first we'll talk about the 1984 Yuzi Sakai 30 centimeter Godzilla Vic Edition. I already made a whole video on this. I won't try to take too much of your time, but as you'll see, this figure is miraculous. My goodness. This is everything they did. Yuzi Sakai did to sculpt this was amazing. And for experts to get their hands on it, to be able to put it in vinyl form is even more awesome. Because I'm not really a kit builder, so I can't build this myself. I'm very grateful the experts did this. As you see, it looks pretty awesome. The detail on the skin, the tint blue in the dorsal plates, which I absolutely love. I wish I knew that's gonna be on standard too. I thought I would standard because I know I don't do light ups, but I explained on my video, so we're not gonna go there today. That evil 84 look in his eyes. It's a little cockeyed straight on. If you didn't notice before, if you don't have the figure. There we go. But side view, he looks pretty good. And in the movie, he's not. More often than not, he's not looking straight on, anyways. So, oh, another detail I failed to mention is the eyes. Now, as you know in the film, if I get this to focus, there it goes. Okay, I can't keep the camera still. Okay, overall in the film, they show Godzilla's face quite a bit, actually. There we go. And as you can see the veins in his eyes. His orange, with the orange and his black pupils, they look pretty good. It's a closed mouth figure. It's not 100% closed mouth. It's not as bad as other figures that has this issue, but you can kind of notice if you're really looking at it like we are right now. I mean, there's no such thing as perfect X Plus figures, or actually no, that's not true. There's a lot of X Plus figures that are absolutely flawless. With the minor little nitpicks that you can find in this guy, I guess you can say he's not absolutely perfect, but he is an amazing figure. For me, he's perfect. I'm 100% happy to have this dude in my collection. Right, if you give me a quick moment, we'll go ahead and talk about the next contender for figure of the year, in my opinion. It's going to be the 1993 Godzilla. So if you give me 1 second, we can go check that out right now. I'm sorry, one more thing. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of light ups. This is actually my very first light up figure. And for me, I think the light up is really good. It actually does. To me, it looks like Godzilla's about to blow his atomic breath and melt down all Tokyo. Makes the figure pop out a little bit more too when the light up is on. Of course, the light box Godzilla 1984, which I really like that they've been doing that with the light boxes, because I have heard in the past light boxes, just a black box, but the fact that they had the figure's name on it, that's pretty cool. And it helps. And for people who don't know, it helps identify which figure it is, honestly. But all right, if you give me a quick moment, I'll go in again. Like I said, I'll show you the 93 in detail. So 1 moment, please. Thank you. And now we have the other contender for figure of the year, the 1993 Godzilla. And as you know, the detail on this is also phenomenal. Especially for this to be a original X Plus scope. This looks fantastic. Starting last year, X Plus has been doing a really good job with their own scopes lately. A really, really good job with the detail work and the skin, the spines, and especially in the face. Just look at that face. That face just screams Heisei / 93 Godzilla. No, he's not cross-eyed like the 84. His eyes actually look phenomenal too. The detail work on the tongue and the teeth, it's really, really nice. And this is just the standard. Remember that. The Rick is quote-unquote Disco Godzilla, or Glitter Godzilla, from the scene where Godzilla dies and Rodan revives him in a sense. But yeah, like I said, I have absolutely no complaints about this figure. It looks fantastic. And it really brings me back to my childhood too when it comes to Heisei Godzillas. But if you want to hear more about that, go check out my review on this guy. But okay, if you give me a quick moment, I'll finish my final thoughts on who I think should be the figure of the year. Alright folks, I'm back. Now, after showing you those detailed looks at both figures, I will tell you I've been studying both of these figures for the last probably the last month, honestly, since after Thanksgiving. I've been studying them, having them with me all day, closely looking at both of these figures, trying to make sure that my campaign is going towards the right direction. Like I said, I do love both of these figures. Both of these figures are absolutely stunning and amazing. And saving Rick. I know a lot of people have the Rick, and I know a lot of people talk highly on the Rick. So if I have that much respect for the standard, then I can imagine how many people are in love with the Rick. But for my figure of the year, as close as it definitely is, I give 1984 the slight edge over the 93. Just very slightly. As I showed you in my one-on-one look with him, he just screams 1984. He just screams it. He screams 1984. Like, this figure to me is flawless. Some people can nitpick, find things they don't like with it, but for me, this figure is flawless. Whenever I have a photo shoot with him, it's usually not too many angles where I have issues getting a good picture. Same thing with the 93 though. But the 84, I love this as a tick more. Barely. To me, it's 1A and 1B. So honestly, I wouldn't be mad if either one of these guys won. I'm not gonna be mad at all. If he won over 84, I understand. This is also a beautiful figure, and the fact that this is original scope from X Plus is, this to me this almost like a Yuzi Sakai figure, in my opinion. Others might feel differently, but hey, I think it almost looks like a Yuzi Sakai figure in my opinion. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on who I think should be the figure of the year. I'm picking the 1984 Godzilla. I'm gonna ride for him. I'm gonna campaign for this man. But at the same time, I'm also gonna campaign for the 93 too. Because to me, if 84 is gonna lose to anybody, it's gonna be the 93. And like I said, I'll be fine with that. I guess that might be I may be a little biased when it comes to that, but that's just me. And I mean, it would be cool to have another figure of the year in my collection. Because of course, last year the 2019 figure of the year was the 2002 Yuzi Sakai Godzilla. Did a video on that. Had some fun pictures and campaign trail with that. So, hope I can do better this year with these two guys and trying to get them out there and hopefully one of these guys become victorious. But I hope y'all enjoyed my little deep dive into my thoughts on figure of the year. I just wanted to explain myself a little bit better and let y'all have my thoughts on it, hear my thoughts on it. But okay, guys. Coming up next, I'll probably review Godzilla Raids again, I believe. That's next on Totem Pole. After that, so I guess we'll have to wait and see now, don't we? But alright, I hope y'all enjoy my review tonight. And y'all have a great night. Bye.